Hello, in this video we'll talk about the story and the structure of the poem, the great poem, The Knight in the Panther Skin. Actually, in a nutshell, we can say that the story of The Knight in the Panther Skin is about the adventures of two knights. The first one is called The Knight in the Panther Skin, and his name is Tariel, and the second one is of Tandil, that is the commander of the Arab armies. So actually the story can be divided into two parts. The first part is of Tandil's quest for Tariel, the titular knight in the panther skin. It is called the Knight in the Panther Skin. And the second part is of Tandil's quest for Mr. Darajan, Tariel's love. So in the first part, search for Tariel, the king of Arabia, Rostevan, has no chance and confers the kingship on his only daughter, the beautiful and wise Tinatin. She has a tender affection for Aftandil, the knight and commander-in-chief of Rostevan armies. One day, Aftandil challenges King Rostevan to a hunting competition. After 3 days of shooting game, they encounter a knight crying by a river. He is dressed in a panther skin and kills the slaves sent by the king to contact him, then disappears. Rostevan sends parties across the world to search for the mysterious knight, but becomes disheartened when he fails. Tinatin asks Aftandil to find the strange knight in 3 years, promising him her hand in marriage in return. After 2 years and 9 months of searching, Aftandil finds the knight in the panther skin hiding in a cave with only a maiden for company. His name is Tariel, son of King Saridan, who has the 7th kingdom of India. He had served as heir to King Parsedan, king of the other 6 kingdoms, for many years before falling in love with Parsedan's daughter, Nestan Darajan. Tariel wages war with the Katavians to earn the favor of Nestan, but is dismayed to learn that she had already been promised to Pharamzian prince. Tariel could not bear the idea of her marriage, and at Nestan's request, he killed the suitor. The princess was placed on a boat and set adrift on the seas. Despite Tariel's lengthy search for his love, he couldn't find her. Later, he met Nuruddin Pridon, ruler of Mulgazanzar, who told him that Nestan was alive but trapped on a distant boat. Tariel retired to a cave to live in a wilderness with Asmat, the former servant and messenger of Nestan. Moved by this story, Aftandil promises his friendship and brotherhood to Tariel and agrees to help him find his love, Nestan Darajan. Aftandil returns home to Arabia and tells Tinatin the story of Tariel. Against King Rostevan's wishes, he returns to his new friend. The second part is the search for Nestan Darajan. So the second part, Aftandil then leaves Tariel to go to the kingdom of Pridon, where he doesn't hear anything new about Nestan. Continuing his quest, he arrives in the city of Bulanshamo. He meets Patman, the wife of the chief Hussein, who falls in love with him. After sensing she knows the fate of Nestan, succumbs to Patman's seduction. She tells him she has been keeping Nestan at her place, and as Nestan was promised to the king's son, she helped her escape, but in her flight, Nestan was abducted by Kaji, the demon king. Abdandil then returns home to Pridon and to the cave of Tariel, and later all three friends decide to go to the country of Kaji with an army of 300 men to find and deliver Nestan. When she is released, all return to Arabia, where King Osteban forgives Aftandil his flight and breaking the king's order. They all celebrate the marriage of the latter with the king's only daughter, Tinatin. They then leave for India, where Tariel marries his love Nestan. Pridon also returns to his homeland, and the three friends reign happily with prosperity and generosity in their own respective realms. So we finish with the story of the great poem, The Night in the Panther Skin. In the next step, I will talk about the structure of the poem. Okay, so actually, the structure of the syllables of the poem is as follows. Actually, every line in the poem, we have almost 7,000 lines in the poem, and every line in the poem consists of 16 syllables. Okay? And also the structure of the 16 syllables in each line could be either 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, or it could be 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. And we have fast pace or slow pace. What is the meaning of fast pace? When things that happened a long period of time is mentioned in one stanza, then the phase of the story is fast. Okay, so that is the meaning of fast pace. And the slow pace is when the poet quoting the things of someone, then it happened at a certain minute, so the pace of the story is slow. Okay? Now, when the pace of the story is fast, then the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 4 plus 4 plus 4 plus 4, and the rhyming is on 2 syllables of the last word at line. Whereas when the pace of the story is slow, then the structure of the 16 syllables in each line is 5 plus 3 plus 5 plus 3, and the rhyming is on the 3 syllables of the last word at line. Okay? And also the poet repeats at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. So we have an example of repetition. the poet repeats on the last 6 letters on the last word. It is stanza number 2 in the poem, and the stanza is as follows: Merto erto shen shekven safer obrisa tanisa. So tanisa consists of 6 letters. Then the second line we have shen damipare tleva mets tatro gul what mes tanisa. Again tanisa. The last 6 letters is tanisa. Then in the third line of the second stanza we have Omets mijnur ta survili sipdid me kasatanisa. Again we have the repetition on the last 6 letters that are tanisa. Okay, and then we have the last 4th line of this stanza is Sodvata Shesubukeba Muntana Satanisa. Again, the repetition is on the last 6 letters of the last word. That is actually Tanisa. Tanisa consists of 6 letters. So actually the poet repeats on the last 6 letters of the last word in each line. This is the example of repetition on the last 6 letters, but in general he repeats at least on 3 letters on the last at least on the last 3 letters of the last word in each line. In this case he repeats on the last 6 letters of the last word in each line. And the letters are Tanisa. Tanisa in the Georgian language consists of 6 letters. Okay? Thank you very much.